Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Roll20 Presents The Burning Wheel. The queen is off doing queen stuff, but that's okay because we're going to start with Joy. We're going to begin.
Why? Hello.
We're going to begin with Joy, who never fails to live up to her name.
She's not even really the queen, by the way. I just want to point that out.
The queen. Sorry, whenever I say that, imagine big sarcastic quotation.
Big sarcastic air quotes.
Big air quotes around the queen. So Joy, what would you like to get up to? Where do we find Joy? Because the last time we saw you were like rekindling your relationship
my
with
friendship with
Emilio.
Emilio. Me
The
and
friendly
Emilio
ludist.
are best friends now. Again, maybe I don't know.
Best.
I was
friends.
Genuine. Okay,
Yeah.
I was genuine.
Yeah.
But I still need to learn about what the deal is with Semyon. So
yeah.
that's
So
still a
I guess
thing that I
that's
have to
that's
do.
the question. Like, yeah, what are you gonna get up to there?
Well, I could disguise myself and go back into the Black Veil, but that seems like it's probably not my best plan, considering how Truth warned me last week.
That's true. Yeah.
About that.
Yep.
So I think I'm just gonna like. I need to speak to this man, or like at least like watch him. So I think I'm gonna wait outside the Black Veil.
Okay.
And keep my eye out for him, and then I'm gonna intercept him on the street. That's my plan.
Okay. So you want to circles up? You want to circles this guy up?
I do.
Okay.
I want to circles up Semyon.
What are your settings? I want to see if you share.
I have servitude, and noble court, and outcast.
Okay, outcast for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Outcast
When
is
you
such a
asked
great
her
one.
what her settings were, I was like, oh, she's on dangerous.
Dangerous and fucking
Unstable.
Dangerous is turned
Unstable.
up to 4, and 1080p at 60 frames per second. Okay, let's see. All right, so Semyon, you haven't circled him before, right?
I have not.
Okay. So you're looking for a very specific person. So 4.
I am, yes.
I mean, everybody else has been making OB 5 circles tests. Why don't we have you make one too?
Let's fucking do it. All right, so Semyon, let's make a test
Semyon
here.
Soyuzkin.
I've only got. Wait, he's in a place he's supposed to be? Question mark.
Yes, yeah, that's why it's 5.
Okay.
Because I haven't penalized
I
you for that.
I just wanted to make sure,
Yes,
you know.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely not gonna succeed on this, just so you know. I have circles of 5, so unless I roll all successes, which of course I don't.
Listen, you couldn't just leave Andrew well enough alone with that one. You had to outdo them. You just
Listen,
had to.
5 is the magic number where I never get a success. 5 is
Distracted
the
elf.
magic number.
Failure showboat. Okay, that's fine.
So there you go.
So when you begin to interact with him, he will be negatively.
Just so you know,
disposed towards you.
just so you know, there was as much chance of this happening as there was of me succeeding, and yet here we are.
I feel like my math isn't great, but that's not actually true. But
Actually, well, yeah, because it's 50-50.
well, it's not 50-50 on
There's
the whole
as
roll.
much
Every
chance of her
die
There
would
is
have to.
there is as
Oh,
much chance of me
right.
having all failures as all successes.
That's true.
That
Yes,
is true.
Yes,
Yeah.
that
That
is
is a
true. Yes.
blanketly true
Yes,
statement.
this is as unlikely as you getting all success.
Exactly.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
So technically, it's amazing.
Yes. I'm certainly amazed. In the
It's amazing
the
how
neutral sense of
much
the
you
word.
didn't succeed.
It is awe-inspiring.
It's amazing how horrible
It's
I
not
am
awesome,
at this game.
but it is awe-inspiring. Okay, so when you interact with him, or when you need to make a roll to like convince him of things, he's predisposed towards disliking you.
Wow, that sucks.
But you can find him.
Yeah.
So where do you set your trap? Are you just like waiting outside the
I'm just lurking on like a nearby street corner.
Okay.
As I do when things are untenable.
Okay.
And I've got my cloak on, and I'm just standing in the snow.
Okay.
Waiting.
Yeah. So he it's like probably before the big like rush, before like the place gets full of its like later crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear voices from inside, and Semyon and his entourage come out. It's him and like a half dozen men and women of his ilk, and they are leaving. They're leaving the Black Veil and heading somewhere else. But you definitely see him.
Okay, so I wanna like try and engage this person in a conversation, or at least like stop him walking. You know what I mean? Like, that's a dangerous move, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
This isn't the like you're not gonna shadow him to his lair. You're just gonna jump out in the middle of the street and be like, "Hey, buddy." There's no judgment. I'm just confirming what you want to do.
Well, I mean, no, you're right. It's a terrible idea. Yeah, no, like I have the skills to follow him. Let's follow him. I can totally do that. Okay. Figure out where he lives.
Okay. So you just want to stay hidden, right?
Yep. Okay. Yep. I'm just gonna keep quiet, keep hidden.
So this is gonna be a stealth roll.
Cool.
Skulking around after him.
I have that skill.
You do now, yeah. It is nighttime and there's like snow and fog, so I'll give you 2 extra advantage dice.
Hooray!
And it'll be an opposed test. I'll be rolling perception.
Observation, yeah. What have you.
I don't think any of them have observation. It's fairly rare.
All right, well, I'm going to roll stealth. There, 3.
Okay. I will roll, and then you can decide if you want to spend.
I shall.
Okay, so it's Semyon, and it'll be his perception.
Semyon and his goons.
And then he gets help from his goons. So he'll need 6 successes. What I say is a half dozen of them. So he's got plus 5 helping dice, and a perception probably of like. Right now, I'm going to just spitball, and I'm going to say 5.
Cool.
So he's got another 5. So he's got 10 dice. He's got to get 6 successes. 1, 2. Ooh, did he get it? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He did. All right. So
I'm rolling my 6.
You can go ahead and.
Damn it. Great.
So.
Good.
So you get noticed. You end up in the same place you would have been if you just jumped out in the middle of the street.
Yeah, it doesn't really change much, does it?
So you're stalking him and his friends through the streets, headed towards the wherever they're going, and they're talking quietly and walking and having a conversation in Soyuzkin, and then one of them notices you, but you don't notice them noticing you, and like mentions to them the other guys, and they're all like on alert or whatever. And I don't think they like set an ambush or anything. I think that they just stop all of a sudden, and you're like, oh shit, like they made me. I'm spotted.
Fuck.
They get the little exclamation mark pop up over their head, and and they stop and they turn, and Semyon says in Carpathian, he says, "Why don't you come out here? We know you're following us."
I step out of my hiding place, and like, you know, open my hands in the whole like gesture of like, you're right. You know?
Mm-hmm. The two nearest bodyguards come up to you and immediately start patting you down like, we got you. So I don't have a knife right now. That's right. You haven't.
I didn't pick another one up.
So they don't.
Even though my instinct requires that I have one. So.
Yeah, you have the instinct, but not the means. It's like how if Dave had 0 resources, he could still have the like. But do you look? This is a good question. Starman asked, "Do you look alive?" Look alive.
I guess I should roll my instinct to be disguised in public.
Yes, yeah. Ob 1 just to not look like a dead.
So this is just to make sure that I don't look dead. Mm-hmm. This is just I'm Joy, but I'm not dead. Yeah, yeah, we're good.
And roll that d6 for the kit.
Oh yeah, right. This is gonna suck when this runs out. Which it will eventually, but it hasn't yet. I always roll a 6 on the kit, just so you know, every time.
So they, a man and a woman come over to you, and they pat you down, and they don't find anything. And they say there's a sharp exchange, and Semyon is walking towards you. Now, how did I describe him before? Like, what did we?
I have a description of him written
read it for
down
me?
so that I could tell it to Ludwig. Hang on, let me grab it for you. He's in his 50s, salt and pepper beard, short cropped black hair, mostly gone gray, not dressed fancy, big gold ring with a skull on it, confident as fuck.
That's right. Yeah. So
that's what I have.
Yeah. And so he sort of strides through the snow towards you, and he says, "My men say you are unarmed, so you're not an assassin."
Oh, no, far from it. I'm not interested in harming you in any way, good sir.
And he says, "You don't look like a beggar, so
why? Thank you.
Why are you following us?"
To be honest, I was hoping to talk with you about some things, but I was a little concerned that you might not, I don't know, considerate nervousness that I didn't want to approach directly.
And so what? You thought you would follow me and my friends here to my home? Accost me there?
Well, I wanted to see if there was an opening somewhere that I might be able to get your attention. That's all. Not a well thought out plan, certainly.
No, it wasn't. Well, you've got my attention now.
So you want to just?
And one of his lieutenants says something like, "Come on, what are you doing?" To him, and he turns and just says, like, "Shut up, fuck off." He's kind of like waves at the guy.
So you want to just talk out here in the street?
The cold doesn't bother me.
No, me neither. Fine then. Good. Here's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if you know all the things that a Katarina gets up to, because I happen to know a couple of things that you might be interested in. You spend a lot of time there, I've noticed, and I could be useful to you.
I already have all the informants that I need. And as to what my friend Katerina gets up to, I'm well aware. She and I know each other very, very well.
Very well, huh? You know her from a long time ago? I've known her for years, and you just showed up. So I was just trying to offer my, service.
Katerina and I are, and he like says a word in Soyuzkin. Kin. I know her better than you possibly could. You are Joy, I think.
How do you know me?
I know of you.
Oh, my reputation precedes me.
This is
How
not,
nice.
This is not compliment.
Oh.
I am simply aware of these things. It is my business to know.
So you've heard about me then? What terrible tales?
He looks at you. You are a dead woman.
Yes. Well, rumors of my demise, greatly exaggerated, so on. I'm standing in front of you here, so I'm clearly not dead. But if I have a reputation for being dead, then that might be helpful. Certain circles.
You can speak and move and act like alive and still be dead. Is no concern to me.
Well, if it's of no concern to you, then I suppose it doesn't really matter, does it?
You are saying a lot and telling me nothing. I have things to do, dead girl.
I presented you with what I thought was the possibility of working together. You seem like an enterprising individual, and I'm full of surprises. I could be helpful. That's all I'm saying. Always looking for a job. Nice work. Friends with Emilio. Don't know if you know him.
And he doesn't give you any indication that he knows who you're talking about, but like some of his friends are like, oh, Emilio, I know him.
Yeah.
They recognize the name. They don't understand anything else that you're saying.
Yeah.
And he, I mean, you can try to persuade him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Yeah. Let's see. Joy always trying to persuade people in power to let her work for them. What's my ob here, Adam?
His will is 5,
Okay.
and I think his will is probably actually. Let's call him will 6. I haven't burned him up completely, but let's start there. It may end up going up or down later when I like finish burning him.
That's
But
cool.
Let's call it 6 because I think I gave him 5 perception. And I think he's old enough that he's going to end up with a decent.
Yeah, he
mental.
probably has more life paths,
Yeah.
right? And that makes his mental stats kind of better,
yeah,
but
it'll make
his
his mental
physical
stats better.
stats a little worse,
Yeah.
right? Like,
So we'll start with 6, and then I think he is. I'm gonna give you one more like difficulty die on it because he's like surrounded by friends, and he also doesn't really need any like.
no, I mean he doesn't need me at all. But you know what?
Nothing for
You
him.
know what information I've gotten from this conversation already?
Oh yeah.
Him and Katerina are like family, and whatever's going on, they're loyal to each other and not Ludwig, which is information that I wanted.
Mhm.
So,
yes, and also enmity. You did get enmity, and so another 2. It's gonna be like ob 8.
It's ob 9.
Is it ob 9? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna fork in falsehood.
Okay.
I'm also gonna fork in. Oh wait a second. Oh no, I do want these things. So I'm forking falsehood. I'm gonna fork in. I got nothing else, so I guess that's it.
Okay. So if you fail, all you've managed to do is like get his. He didn't really know or acknowledge that you existed before, but now he does, and so you're gonna probably be the one that gets followed around, right? Like,
sure.
he's like, this meddler was following me. He'll get back to Ekaterina. Truth will find out you were harassing their customers.
Good luck with that. I'm gonna stealth out of here like a ninja.
Throw a smoke bomb and disappear.
All right. Well, I managed to roll a pathetic 2 on 7 as usual. So 5 of the dice were 0. So that's I'm just saying it's kind of a trend.
So he shakes his head and he says, "This Carpathia, it's a bad place to be if you are a rat looking for scraps. You should find your people, stay with them, and stay out of my way."
Well, I mean, you said so yourself. I don't really have many people that I relate to these days.
And he says, "You should move on. You died. Time to start over."
I'm working on it. Got some stuff to do before then.
And one of the lieutenants like says something again, like "Come on, boss, we gotta go."
Yeah.
And he looks at you and he says, "I don't want to see you again."
Why does everybody always say that?
You're like rat. To see once might be funny. Twice means there's a problem. Don't let me see you again, little rat.
Tried my best. Can't blame a girl for being enterprising. Enjoy your walk in the cold back home.
Yeah, and he turns to leave, and then his little like cadre closes around him, and they give you a look like, "Don't fucking follow us." You get that kind of like
You know what I'm gonna do though, Adam.
What's that?
Right? Is follow them.
Okay, you died once. What's another one?
No, it's a terrible idea.
It's a really bad idea.
It's a really, really bad idea. I don't actually need any more information. I've gotten what I need. I can confidently tell Ludwig that the two of them are in bed together, basically. And
That's gross. They're related. Why would? Ew.
it's a metaphor.
He used a word that it was the closest approximation that he could come up with. You don't actually know if they're like literally related or.
I mean, sure, but he was like, "I know her better than you could ever know her." I'm like, "Oh, okay,
Basically.
okay, we're friends. They're friends, yeah."
Mhm.
Okay, well, I guess that's I go back through the snow to my abode, or I go back, I guess, to Ludwig's place.
Yeah, do you wanna do that? And you go in like
To
middle of the
report.
night, wake up
Yeah.
Ludwig? Okay.
Definitely.
All right.
I've done the I come at a polite hour thing. Now I got to do the I come at a rude hour.
Sure. So Ludwig is at home in his bed, and you arrive at his home.
Yeah, and I figure if I do it now, he doesn't already have someone trailing me, right? Because they you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
You're like, I've only got a short period of
well,
time.
it's a short window before he starts sending people to look at me and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I go to Ludwig's place, and whoever's outside, if there's someone outside, I address them.
Yeah, there wouldn't be anybody outside, especially not in the middle of the night.
So I knock on the door then.
Okay. So
Solid knuckle rap.
Middle of the
on
night, so there's a long pause.
I wait.
And just when you're about to be like, I gotta knock again, the door opens slightly, and there's a woman, a Soyuzkin woman inside, and she looks at you, and she's like, "Go away."
I'm here to talk to your boss.
She scowls. So
You wake him up for me.
What's the standing order, Ludwig? Like,
Yeah, she's allowed to see me whenever. I just didn't expect. Yeah.
So
You didn't expect that it would be in the middle of the night. Yeah.
you've told them like Joy is allowed to come and they're not likely to throw her out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just because I didn't think it was something I was going to have to specify.
Okay. All right.
Here we go.
So so she opens the door, like lets you in, closes the door, and takes you to like the kitchen or whatever, and tells you like sit down. She goes, and
I sit down.
yeah, and Ludwig, you're awoken by a knock at your door.
It's a knocking at your chamber door, a lot of it.
That's right.
That's where my mind went.
Except all the ravens in this game, if they'd be a lot louder, you would know.
What?
You have a visitor. It's Joy.
Right.
How attended am I in this kitchen, Adam?
You're not.
I've definitely found something to eat.
You want to scavenge some food?
Yeah, I would actually.
Okay. I'll blend.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you find food. So when Ludwig comes back, or when Ludwig
Also,
comes,
can I roll another scavenging test? or
no,
is
you
it
only
a-
have time for the one thing.
right.
But later, maybe if you can, you can get left.
I was gonna say hunger ruins.
Yes, I like that food was the
I-
first thing. Yeah, because you were desperately hungry.
And
So-
again, whatever I cram in my face doesn't actually help, but I'm hungry.
Yeah, you can't. The instinct is there. So Ludwig, you do you go down to the kitchen? How dressed do you get? Is this like dressing gown Ludwig with a candlestick situation?
Yeah, it's dressing gown with candlestick.
Okay.
I have people to
Do you have a
ostensibly
night-
Do you have a little
nightcap?
hat? Yeah, the nightcap with the little floppy bit and the bubble on it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. You have to if you're going to be Ebenezer Scrooge.
Look, if you're a
Like-
business magnate,
like-
you have to have that hat.
It's like silk as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Well, nice.
You've got your evening monocle in. So okay, yeah. So Ludwig, you come down and you see Joy, and what do we see? Like Joy sitting by, like, Joy also has like one candle. How terrifying is this for to walk in on you eating, Joy?
Yeah, I'm sitting at the counter, like on a stool or something. But yeah,
Are you
there's,
sitting
like,
on the stool, or are you like gargoyle crouched on the stool?
I'm sitting on it, but there's like one candle in front of her, sort of illuminating her, you know, in that like sort of underlit, ghoulish way.
Mhm.
And she's got like, I don't know what she would find in your kitchen necessarily, but I always think of like bread and cheese and that kind of thing, like stuff that might be okay to like leave
An
out.
entire pheasant.
If wrapped in cling film, no. Or maybe even like
10-pound bag.
or maybe even something raw that like
truffles.
shouldn't be raw eaten, you know, like some kind of meat or something that she's just like hastily shoving in her face, in like a very unnatural sort of way, like a
Eating
human,
like someone who hasn't eaten in weeks.
a human should not be doing this. Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
And you only catch like a minute of it before she's like wiping her mouth, and you know.
Is it a steel test or is it just a freaking me out thing?
I mean, the whole setup is pretty scary, but
I think you should make a steel test.
yeah. I guess it's just like something creepy or unnatural, like rather than
Yeah, it'll be, you'll have a bonus to it, but I think that's reasonable to call for a steel test there.
yeah.
You're literally watching a ghoul consume something. It's not. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, what's the modifier?
Let's see. It is. You probably feel safe in a group of friends or allies. You got your guards around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're being startled by. I wouldn't say it's something mundane. Let's give you a +1 die on the roll.
Okay. Hesitation 5.
Okay, so
Oh,
you don't
nice.
hesitate. It's gross, but you don't. Yeah, you don't.
Joy.
Ah, you're here. Good. I have some information for you.
And my food. Yes, I can see that. I thought
Well-
I was paying you so that you didn't have to steal.
It's not stealing. I'm a guest, right?
I suppose that's true. Now, what was so important that you had to wait in the middle of the night?
Well, I thought you might want to know before, of course, this gets around that I'm looking into things because I had to talk to Sammy, and you know, as these things go. I mean, I look around to see if there's any of the guards like hovering.
Not in the room. Nope.
No? Okay. Never mind. It's fine. Just you have a very Soyuzkin household. I'd be careful about that.
Yes, I'm beginning to suspect a conflict of interests might come up soon.
Here's the thing. I can't determine the loyalty of either of them in terms of exactly what their plans are because, well, they don't let me in on their plans. Yeah. But what I can tell you is that both of them are very close. Very, very close, by the way it was described to me. And as such, I would be careful because Semyon doesn't seem like the kind of person who likes to share or, you know, that sort of thing. So whatever you gave them, I don't think you're getting it back.
You can see him he pouts. Whether it's about like the first thing you said or the second, I guess you probably don't know.
I mean, I don't know about the
Because it's a lot of information, right? You can't trust her because the Simeon guy and her are really close, but the sub layer of like, yeah, like they're like really, really close, Ludwig. Like,
and yeah, and he doesn't like to share, and I'm like, what is she got a new boyfriend? Right. Okay. Well, that confirms some things for me. Sure.
I just figured it best to come to you now rather than wait until I've got a, you know, Soyuzkin friend following me around everywhere.
What? Did they see you?
Did they see me? I had a nice conversation with Semyon in the middle of the street. I couldn't learn these things without talking to a person.
Well, it seems like your usefulness in this particular capacity that I'm paying you for is greatly diminished, wouldn't you say?
Well, what I would say is that I still have many, many things that I'm very, very good at. And
I was hoping you'd say something like that. Do you think there's more you can learn some other way, or is it best that you do not be seen?
this particular watering hole is a little bit. What would you say? It's a bit of a careful stepping situation for me. I can't go to the bar. Semyon probably knows that I'm watching him at this point. It's best to, in this particular situation, perhaps cut our losses. You have all the information you need to act, I imagine, in the way that you would like to, because let's be honest, you were just interested in whether they were loyal to you or not, right? Because I can tell you they're probably not.
No.
Like 80-20, probably not. 90-20. 90-10.
Well,
She doesn't know her numbers very well.
No. Can Joy even read?
No.
Well, I won't be giving you further work as one of my accountants, but what is it? What else, apart from sneaking around, gathering information? What can you do for me?
Well, you see, sneaking around is still something I'm good at. I'm still very sneaky. Doesn't matter if it's information or something else, or maybe some information about someone that doesn't hate me. That'd be nice. You got any other people you need to keep an eye on?
I don't know. Do you have any other reputations that I should consider?
Well, apparently lots of people think I'm dead. So that's helpful.
Yeah, and he like stops for a second. He didn't bother him in the steel test, but he just like thinks back to that, and he's just like, I can see why they might do.
I'm sitting here right in front of you. What do you mean you see what they might do? I'm not invisible.
If you'd wanted a snack, I have someone who could cook you some food. You don't need to eat it, bro.
I wanted to get to it before you got here. You know, manners and all that. She says, having just crammed a raw steak in her face.
Yeah, you've got like bits of like food on the front of your shirt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness rather than permission. I see how it is. Sure. You don't happen to know anybody at court, do you?
I know lots of people at court. I know lots of people at court. I've been there for years. But I don't think my presence would be necessarily inconspicuous at court. I mean, I could try and make it inconspicuous. I'm all right at that. But
sorry, I was mostly joking. And is it court? In what capacity?
Servant, basically.
Oh, that makes a little more sense. Sure.
No, I wasn't a Stygian ambassador or anything. No, nothing quite so interesting.
No, they don't have ambassadors. Nobody at that court listens to anybody.
It's true.
Would that put you in a position to find out things about court? We really need to keep an eye on that Lady Regent.
You want me to keep an eye on Alessandra? That could be a difficult one. That's all I'm saying. Like, she got a lot of people around her.
Yes, but not very many guards. I visited earlier this day.
Are you expecting me to have to fight guards?
No, just that those are the people who look out for people who stand out.
I'll tell you what, Ludwig. I actually know a thing or two about the region.
I'm listening.
I mean,
And he,
so,
like,
so
goes
am
in-
I. So am I, and I'm not hearing any, bags of money or.
I am paying for your livelihood. If we can talk about more money afterwards. See
Fair
how
enough.
much-
Can't blame a girl for trying, right?
And he looks at you very like dead on, just like nods and he's like, yeah, that's legit.
Yeah, of course. So here's the deal. It might be a little bit of old information because I'm in the court for a little while, but she and the king were, like actually,
Really?
Oh yeah.
Is that how she managed to get her position as the regent?
So she
I mean,
managed to get lots of positions.
How she managed to? Damn it, Adam! I was gonna say that.
Sorry. I couldn't help it.
Hold on, I gotta say this, Joy. Now, that's how she managed to get lots of positions.
He kind of smarts. He's like, well, now that I don't actually know where the king is. I don't think they've deigned to.
In a coma.
And the
Or-
queen?
Unconscious, sleeping forever.
That seems awfully convenient. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, I can't speak. I'm not magic. Can't speak to these things. But the whole endless winter, also very inconvenient kind of thing that is happening. So who knows? Anything possible.
I'm starting to get a better picture.
I'll tell you what, the Lady Protector, she doesn't like Alessandra anyway, anyhow. Not a bit.
Anybody else who might hold a grudge against the regent?
Like
Yeah,
most
cool.
people who interact with her.
Yeah, he like smiles and just like nods at you. He's like, yes.
We tried to work together once, didn't really work out.
No, for me neither. All right. That is very useful. How about I let you in on a little something in return?
Please.
I will soon begin a campaign to become the mayor of this city.
Oh, the Right Honorable Mayor. Well, I'll be in esteemed company then, won't I?
I think this would be a good opportunity for you, as long as we continue to work closely together. If you can find information on perhaps the current mayor, other people in the court who are dissatisfied with the region's rule, these sorts of people.
So you'd like me to go back to the court, is what you're saying.
You don't necessarily need to make yourself known there, but if you find other places that people gather to discuss the same sorts of things.
Yeah, well, the only other place I can think of specifically would be the Black Veil, and I'm not allowed there. And it's got a little more Sayuskin as time's going on,
Yes, this is a lot less useful than it used to be. That did the same sorts of things.
But it's all right. It's all right. I'm sure I can figure it out. So you want information on people who may be dissatisfied with the current political climate? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, who might be allies to me in trying to secure a position.
I have one request for this particular information. My esteemed friend,
Very well, let's hear it.
if you happen to run across in your dealings with this whole situation, a woman by the name of Anna Maria Strobola, I would very much appreciate you telling me everything you know about her. I'm going to do my very best to learn things as well, but she owes me, and I intend to collect on my debt.
I don't recognize. Hold on. She has a brother, a weapons merchant.
I don't know.
Sister.
I just know.
Ilka.
What's-
Yeah, Ilka is her
Ilka.
sister
As well. Okay.
or cousin.
Oh,
I mean.
I just know that she is the current minister of the Forest Territories.
Oh, that's very interesting. That she's sticking around when her family's leaving. Very well. I'm sure if it ever came up, then we could arrange a meeting between the two of you.
Oh yes, I would very much enjoy that.
Is there anything else I could get for you to help you in this task? Perhaps more suitable attire would be in order.
Are you wanting me to go under the guise of I'm used to lurking near the bottom of the rung, servants, beggars, so on. Are you wanting something a little more upscale? Because I can do it. I'm very talented, but yes, our attire is a bit of a problem at the moment.
Well, you're the one that I'm paying to be the expert in this. Whatever you think is the best approach, we will make it so.
Yes, clothes. I think you're right. Let's do that. And I'll take this as well. And I reach across the kitchen and grab like a knife off the table or something, and just like disappear it.
Kitchen knife.
I lost my
It's so-
last one.
I like it. So it'd be so confusing too because you're having this like discussion, like, what do you need to survive? And you're like, I'm gonna need some clothes. I need this, and also that thing. Just like
It's like
ran-
Rocket Raccoon. He's like, and I need that guy's leg.
yeah, this random object.
You think you're going to need to defend yourself?
Always better to be prepared than unprepared.
That is a kitchen knife. You are one of my employees. If you're putting yourself in danger under my pay, we can arrange for a proper method of self-defense.
Oh, well then, I'm all ears. And I reappear the kitchen knife and put it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, I'm just like here are a bunch of places that make weapons. Just go and take one and say that I said you could have it. Here's like a writ or something.
Dispensation, yeah.
It's like I own these places. They are mine.
All right. Well, I'll go and see, I suppose.
Yeah. Do you want me to give you? Would you prefer if I gave you cash so that you can make the resources rolls?
It's fine. It's fine either way. Whatever you think Ludwig would do is fine.
Well, I always have cash on hand.
Because run of the mill arms is 3, ob 3.
Yeah.
It's ob 4 for anything better than that.
Yeah, it's still going to be better than a kitchen knife, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just whatever test you need. We'll give you 2 dice of cash instead.
Lovely.
Just roll.
Go
that
buy
off.
yourself something nice and sharp.
I do love nice, sharp things.
There you
Okay. So I just marked 2 cash dice. Joy.
Cool. I don't think I have any cash die at the moment, so that's nice.
Nice. Okay.
go. Yeah, whether you
I
want to
have-
buy the
I have
weapon or
the-
you want to buy clothes.
I have the 2 die fund and my resources as well, so that's nice.
Yeah, I'm sure you can work out with that how to advance.
Basically, I have the access to a lot of money, which is weird.
Yeah, it's the Bank of Lodovic. Okay, so you give Joy some cash, some gold to go and outfit herself, and I think is there anything
Yeah.
else in that scene?
I
Like
mean-
there's
I
no
mean,
rolls
Joy-
needed to be made because you basically all just agreed to each other.
Joy basically does the whole like, all right, well, I'll be seeing you soon, and like makes a spooky exit
Okay.
in the
Yeah,
dark.
I'm very happy with that.
All right. So let's cut back to the court. Alessandra, you have a second conversation that you need to have.
Yeah.
So you've just, by merit of your conversational skills, you've just intimidated the lady treasurer into
quitting.
to resigning her position, and then Lord Durham chased after her, and now you are in the room with Lady Strobla Minister of the Forest Territories, and she's looking at you like, boy, you're incompetent.
Would you like to take this opportunity to resign as well? You can go
No,
be a vigilante in the forest.
quite the opposite. In fact, I'd like to get back to my job.
What is your job exactly? Our dear king neglected to define what the Minister of the Forest Territories was meant to do before he fell into his illness. Is it more than just making war on poor barbarians in the woods? And I'm like, I probably have an idea of what her job is, but I'm like belittling her on purpose.
Is that what you think of these savages? Poor barbarians?
I've only had the opportunities to meet one once, and while distasteful, he didn't seem that threatening. And also, I'm undermining the fact that he was very scary.
Well, if the Lady Regent would like to tour the front lines herself, I would be happy to escort you there.
And not back, I assume.
She puts her hands out like, the Green Mantle Company is dedicated to the protection of the throne.
Funny, because I don't see any of them around here protecting the throne.
The king gave me authority to command the Green Mantles in the Forest Territory, to retrieve the food that you and your courtiers are surviving on. If you'd like to withdraw them here to protect you more bodily from all the terrible threats that you must face every day, I could, but you'd starve. And your
It
precious
seems
court
we're
would
already
wither
well
away.
on our way to that. If the former Lady Treasurer and Lord Durham have anything accurate to report.
Is this what you called me here for, Lady Regent? To witness your admonishment of your counsel?
No, that was just a bonus, I suppose. I called you here because with the first part of your task finished, I assumed that hands-on wasn't strictly necessary, but if you feel that your men are incompetent, by all means. Or
She just shakes her head and she finishes her drink. She sets the glass down. She says, I will ignore your tone, Lady Regent, because of your position. But
So
do not think it wise to disrespect me.
tell me this. I wish to have at my side running this collapsing kingdom people who I can trust to not only do what it is that they're tasked to do, but also I do not wish to rule in ignorance. The Lady Treasurer seems to think that I am an idiot, but I have done much to try and learn what it means to run a kingdom with no help from either of those fools. If you wish to leave me in my ignorance and be stubborn and unhelpful, then I will continue to be rude. But if you actually want to see this kingdom rise from its starvation and this corpse of a winter, then stay and help me. Or go running back to your war in the forest, but no longer as the Minister of the Forest Territories. What say you?
She just kind of just stares at you for a minute. And she says, Your responsibility to Carpathia, Lady Regent, is to sit on the throne in your pretty dress and to smile and to nod and to listen to the nobles that come and lay their troubles before you. It is the responsibility of your council to think and to act in the best interests of Carpathia.
So you would have Lord Durham and yourself and the 5 empty seats of the council running this country into the ground with their separate visions of what would help. You wish to make war. The Lord Durham wishes to hide. The Lady Treasurer wished to, I don't know, look at her books and complain. You are all at odds with one another. You all think different things will help, and none of it has. I will not be a figurehead. If I were to be a figurehead, then the king in his infirmity could just as well remain on the throne as the kingdom collapses.
You admonish the hand for making a fist. You admonish the eye for its sight. You're none of these things. The council runs Carpathia. The fact that its seats lie empty, that shows a failing on your part, and the king before you.
You will help me.
I am helping you.
You are not. You are being obstinate. You will help me, or there will be another empty seat on the council.
If you want someone to hold your hand and guide you through this regency, say to your uncle or write home to your mother. Perhaps she'll come and take care of you. I have a people to feed. And if you're quite done wasting my time, I'd like to return to it. Title or no.
Can I make a roll? I'm trying to persuade her.
Yeah, you can. Totally.
This whole conversation has been do what I want.
Let's see. Where is our martial friend here? Do I have a character sheet for her yet?
I thought you.
I feel like I might have, but let me look.
I think you've had one. It was like under Anna Maria or some like Lord Commander or Minister.
She doesn't have a character. Doesn't have a character sheet yet.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought we'd seen it before.
Minister. Nope. Doesn't have a character sheet yet.
Huh.
I will add one for her.
I could have sworn that we had, but maybe.
Okay. Okay. Her will. Average will is what? 4?
I think 3 is what we've said average is before this point.
No, I mean mechanically. Not like culturally. Like the nobles were 2, and then I think everybody else was 3. Let me look. There's like an actual table for it.
I feel like we've seen her character sheet before, but like, I don't know.
It's not on my list.
No, that's totally fine. I like there's a nagging point in my memory. Like we've definitely seen it before.
I think you've made rolls against her before, but I don't think she's ever rolled anything. Well, she rolled to kill Joy.
Yeah, she did.
But I think I just rolled a handful of dice.
Yeah, it could very well have been. We've definitely done this whole process of trying to find her character sheet before.
Yeah, that's why now she has one. Yeah, she had Joy roll against her, but she didn't have a character sheet then. Okay, I'm gonna make her will 6 because she's willful and she's a military commandy type person. So yeah, will of 6. And she doesn't. It's not enmity, but you're asking her to do something that's the opposite of like her actual job. So I think it is one harder to just straight up persuade her.
No, I'm not.
I mean, you're asking her to stop doing the thing that she convinced the king to do.
The ruler of the kingdom.
Right. Her job is to administer the forest territories. And you're saying, don't go there. Don't be there during this thing that's important to your territory. Come home and hang out here with me. and like tell me how to run the kingdom.
I mean, I feel like there's like she ought to be. No, it's fine.
If it was something she wanted to do, then there wouldn't be a persuade roll. But like saying that like this isn't what she
It's one
wants.
I'm saying
harder
it's
because she doesn't
exceptional.
want it. Like,
It's like saying to like so you have an ambassador to another kingdom and he's out there being the ambassador and you're like, come home. And he's like, why? And you're like, I want you to advise me. And he's like, but I'm doing my job in this other kingdom. Like it's the opposite of what I'm supposed to be doing. It just shows that Alessandra doesn't understand what the Minister of the Four Territories' job is. But yeah, like it's a difficult thing.
I mean,
because
she's on the council, so that means that she ought to be advising the king.
According to what Alessandra thinks is the case. Like if you had made some rolls to figure out what her job was first, or like gotten any kind of leverage over her before just jumping in and telling her what to do. But she's not, it's like she's part of the council, but her job is to advise the king. And the king was like, yes, go do this. She doesn't respect you because you're just the regent and you're a foreigner, right? She's very serious about her. Like, I'm a Carpathian. We fight the barbarians. That's what my job is. I'm just saying it's more difficult than it was when you were arguing with like other people. Like I wouldn't levy this. And it's part of my job to decide when things are harder or easier. So in this case, I'm leveling a +1 ob because it's just difficult.
Yep. So noble wise, obviously.
Yep.
Is there like any way I can make some kind of wise roll to be like, no, this is her job? Like she should be like maybe she's managing the forest territories, but the commander of the Green Mantle Company is the one that's out there and the one that should be.
Yeah, like if you want to do like a ministries wise roll.
Or like a council wise.
Yep.
Can I know what the ob would be before I choose to roll it? Or
No,
is that...
no, you have to decide to do it, and then, like, if I tell you the ob, you have to roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can tell you the failure conditions of persuading her, and that is she just says no. Like, she already laid it out, right? She was like, look, I care about Carpathia better and more than you. I don't care about you and your dumb orders. So I'm just going to go keep doing what I'm doing and sending food to the people I care about so they don't starve to death. I don't need to be the minister of the forest territories to do that. But if you succeed, then she'll basically she'll be forced to put Captain Chika in charge and be like, fine, I'll stay here. But again, she can only tell you what to do with the forest territories. That's her job.
Yeah, no, I realize that, but she's going to get hexed by Agata anyway. I just, like, I don't know what an appropriate wise would be to establish what I, like, want to be true about, like, the council, and I don't know what...
Yeah, and council-wise.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess all it can do is make this thing harder that I can't really, like, do anyway, so... Sure, yeah, let's do council wise. What are wises based on?
It's always based on perception. So what's your intent for this? You want to make a I want
to say that it is true that members of the council are supposed to be at court advising the ruler of the kingdom, and she should have what's the word? Delegate this war making.
Yeah.
Like, that's what she should be doing. Like, the king said go, and she went, and she handled it like it's being handled. And
okay.
now,
so I mean, if that is true, then the king is going to look like a bit of an idiot because he sent her away. He like stamped the document and was like, "You should go do this. It's okay."
He also didn't appoint like a bunch of MP slots on his council for years. So
because he was handling those spaces. That's fine. Like it's just a thing. Yeah.
Yep. So what would the ob be for that?
It is let's say ob 2 council wise because it's not
okay
like a common sense necessarily.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So you can mark a test for council wise.
Yep.
And now you can make the persuade roll.
And is it harder because of that or no? It wasn't a linked test, really. It was trying to...
No, it's not. It's not a linked test. So you just failed to establish a fact.
Okay. So anyway, noble wise, manipulation wise, I don't think rule of law, because I'm like, help me rule.
That would be a link test, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
It can't be ugly truth because that wasn't actually true. So
Yeah.
Yep, I don't think that I have anything else. So she says no.
Yeah. So you demand. So what do you say that like?
I say that she what was it that I say? That she should remain here and be a member of the council and advise me how to rule, or she can leave to go do her war making, but not as a member of the council anymore.
Yeah. So yeah, she scowls at you. And she says, unlike the Lady Treasurer, I have no pretty pin to lay at your feet. I serve Carpathia, not you, Corvidae.
And you will serve it until it falls into decline and becomes a ruin, just like that cathedral that will never be built. I wish you well in your war making.
So she scowls. She continues to scowl. She's pissed. She says, every fork of food you place in your mouth, you do so because of my and my men's efforts. Remember this when you use it to form words like that. This kingdom lives or dies on our work, not yours.
You have no place here any longer. Leave.
She does. She sets the glass down and walks out.
Cool.
The council is deflating rather quickly.
Dissolve.
I mean, that's what happens when you don't get any successes on your rolls to keep them. And
Yeah, I know that, Jim.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, it's like my way or the highway approach tends to be fairly binary, right? It's like, do what I say or get the fuck out of here. Okay, I'm gonna go. Ultimatums are a tricky business.
Yes, old tomatoes.
Old tomatoes. Okay, so the minister, foreign territory, she's going to leave to go back to doing what she was doing. Well, if you were worried about her like holding a coup or an insurrection, she's running out of weapons. they're using all their swords and armor to fight these barbarians, and they have just probably recently come to the conclusion that they need a re-up and that it's not there. So I think maybe she has one more errand to run before she leaves Carpathia. She's gonna go have a conversation with old buddy Lovic. Let's see. Leaves.
Oh.
Carpathia. But first.
Oh man, I was really dreading having that conversation, being like, sorry, but no. And I'll be like, yeah, of course, I want to help Carpathia. Have all the weapons you need.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, we'll see if you like the trick. The trick will be whether you can get what you want before the conversation between like. There's so much stuff going on between Ekaterina and Semyon that you're not beholden to, right? And like you're surrounded by people who are not loyal to you. They have all your guns. You're the fucking golden goose, and at some point they're gonna be like, I wonder, is Lodovic done laying eggs for us? Yeah. People are in. There's a tenuous position across the board. Cool. All right, well let's hand out some rewards. I have this like, as people might have noticed, I was writing pretty much the whole episode. I have this like list of like scenes for the next episode because this feels like it was just like the warm up. We introduced 3 new characters. There's a big shift in the council, so we'll start our next episode with a bunch of scenes that kind of follow up from here. This is a nice little interstitial. But interstitial though it may be, let's hand out some points. Let's begin. Hey, look, Lady Anna Maria has a character sheet now. Let's begin with, and I'm going to need to do a character. I'm going to make a note. I got to do a character burning session between now and the next game. Okay. So, Joy. Let's start with you.
Yes, indeed.
Did you accomplish any of your?
I mean, I'll learn about Semyon's connection to Ekaterina and report back to Ludwig. That I feel like is done.
Yep, persona for that one.
And I'll have my revenge on the Minister of the Forest Territories. I set up for fate for that because I like said to Ludwig, "Hey, yo, I want this lady."
There wasn't a roll made, but I'm happy to say progress is made on that. I feel like that's my call.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I'm beholden to you in the future.
I would say that the Hungry Dead trait also like got in the way a little bit. I could have had a screaming Ludwig because of it if I'd been unlucky. But I don't know. That's your call.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Yep.
And I think that's it. So 2 fate and a persona.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, getting geared up. Cool. Okay. Agatha of the Dark Woods. You did it. You found a summoner. You have a friend.
Yeah.
So you get your persona.
A very wholesome friend.
Listen, you're also a very wholesome friend, so like both of you ran into some headbutting here.
We'll see who it turns out to be worse for. Probably him.
Yeah. I mean, knowing you, you're a PC, so it will almost certainly turn out worse for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
I wanted to give you fate for inscrutable too, because you could very easily have been a lot more clear about that, but you were both kind of being like difficult, and I definitely was like, just say the thing. Stop being such a witch.
Say I'm a hairy wizard.
Also, I really like how many deeds points you have. That's nice. I like that you haven't used any of them.
Just for you.
Just for you. Agatha's character sheet claims 9,999 deeds points.
Oh.
Yep. Excellent. Okay. Lady Alessandra Corvide. So it's so good because like she's struggling and suffering and not getting what she wants, but you're playing her exactly as she is, and it's really great. It's hard to watch sometimes, and I like it. Chat noticed earlier they were like, it's like watching like King Lear or something, where you're like, stop being like this. Everything could be okay if you just don't do it, and then you do it, and everyone's like, yeah.
Take embodiment as well. Everybody was also saying that, and
it's really definitely.
I failed the roll regardless, but in episode 29, Anna Maria had a will of 5.
Okay, that was a while ago, so
she could have got a will fighting, I guess.
Characters are allowed to improve. Like Roblard has a bunch
She
of.
went out and fought in the woods and leveled up.
Yeah.
Leveled up her will?
Sure.
Yeah, she just saw like a bunch of dead people.
I'm gonna show her one more dead person before she's a dead person. I'll tell you that much.
Herself dead. Oh wait, you mean you?
So, so for your beliefs, you what do you think for these ones?
I tried on the first 2. I didn't get success or like finish them. I didn't find out I guess I found out what the secret was. It's that someone fucked stuff up. I don't exactly understand it, but
yeah, I think if you had understood it, then that one would have been worth the persona. But in this case, it was like
I had to have succeeded on that roll.
Well, you got them to tell you, but you didn't really learn what it was. Like you couldn't go and like do anything about it.
Okay, then
because they just said like there's some economical complicatedness.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I attempted to get the minister to stay here, and I also failed with that one. So if that's just fate too, then
No, you delayed her, but you didn't like it isn't done. I think that one's fate. It's fate for both.
I didn't do anything with the angels. I think my first instinct definitely fucked things up for me.
Yes. Yeah. Because the big thing with the minister, actually with both of them, both the ministers was like, you're the regent, but in this conversation, that's not as important as you'd like it to be. And you weren't having that.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I did independent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's an easy one for you to farm fate out of. Okay.
The independent faith farm.
Yeah, well, because it's like you're refusing to get help.
Yeah, I don't know if we. I was going to bring it up, but nominating embodiment again.
Oh yes, yeah, I already gave it because chat was all over it.
You put it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, chat was very much in agreement.
I think that was good.
Yeah. Okay, and then Lodovic.
Yeah, I think I completed my third belief, but didn't actively work towards anything else.
I mean, I don't think you know yet what needs to be done. I think you work towards it. Like you found someone who can help you, but I don't think like you couldn't just do it alone now. You couldn't like build a plan or anything, right?
Oh, yes, totally. I had in my head that I'd worded that differently.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely fate. That makes much more sense. No instincts came up to put me in trouble at least.
I feel like you're never shooting an idea down, like, or there's something in here that's maybe that one, or like your idealism. There's some. Joy took advantage of the fact that Lodovic wasn't willing to be like, no, I'm your employer. Like Joy walked into your house and was like, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff and you're going to pay me for it. And this is how it's going to go. And you were like, okay. Yes. Can you go to court? Like, I felt like there was something there where you were getting like, I was watching you get worked over by Joy.
I mean, I was definitely trying to like hustle you, basically.
Yeah, and there was no pushback for that.
I mean, I'm gonna do the work I'm given, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's one of the traits leading in an interesting direction. Yeah, I'd say patronizing is that in the secondary sense of just like, yes, we have agreed on a thing. I am enabling you to do this shit, even if it's like improper.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I think there's a fate point there, even if I can't like nail it down exactly.
All right, everybody. Anybody who wants to kill me next session.
Well, what's great about this is like you're getting deeper and deeper into this, like sending people to find out things about the mob, and then they keep getting caught, and like your house is full of mobsters that are protecting you, and now you don't have any persona points. Yeah, Ludwig wakes up to a pillow over his face.
Live dangerously.
You are living dangerously. It's true, and I appreciate that. Cool. All right. Well, we'll be back tomorrow with a little bit of the D&D. We'll be back for Tomb tomorrow, heading into the Fane of the Night Serpent, which I'm very excited about. I read the whole section. I think it could be very.
Yeah,
I went back and read the whole thing. It could be very cool. So I hope you'll tune in for that. Twitch.tv/D&D tomorrow at the usual time. But other than that, everybody here gets up to other business. Let's begin with Elf. Elf, where can people find you on the internet when they're not here watching Play Burning Wheel?
Well, my friends, when I'm not spying on nobility or making conversation with Russian analog gangsters in the snow, you can find me at twitch.tv/DistractedElf or on Twitter @DistractedElf, where you can see all the cool stuff that I do and get up to. Recently, it's just been taking lots of cute pictures. Yeah. That's it.
I feel that. Let's go to Blue Jay next. Blue Jay, what about you?
You can find me most days at twitch.tv/BlueJay or over on Twitter @BlueJay_712. I just finished playing through both Pillars of Eternity games, and I didn't even have to lower the difficulty for the last boss fight. I stomped it. I was real good. And now I'm playing Vampire, which has got vampires in it. And I've threatened chat with reading my high school vampire fic.
Oh my god, I need to hear it.
Yes.
But none of them
please.
have taken me up. Well, I mean, I set a sub goal for it, so like
Okay.
some of them have taken me up on it, but I just am holding out, you know,
All right.
like a person does.
Excellent.
I'm a
Good
tease.
stuff.
I'm a vamp fan. I'm a vamp fic tease.
Dave, when you're not putting yourself in dangerous situations on Burning Wheel, where can people find you?
Putting myself in dangerous situations in Dungeons and Dragons, of course.
It's true.
I've been talking to a couple of people. Nothing to announce yet, but looking to do some more online RPG streaming stuff. So hopefully we can get some of that sorted out and announced for you soon. The best place to find or follow that information is going to be on Twitter at Dave_the_human.
Fantastic. And last but not least, Andrew, I caught a little bit of your Blue Coats jam. You want to tell us more about what the things you're doing on the internet is?
Well, yeah, I'm playing Blue Coats, which is the newest installment of Blades in the Dark by John Harper. We're like playtesting it. That's happening on Tuesday nights at 6:30 Pacific on twitch.tv/actualplay. And I'm kind of buried in a bunch of like family stuff, so right now I'm not doing much else. But next Tuesday you can find me doing that.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah, what I got to watch was pretty fun. So it's more Blades. Blades is great.
I'm stoked about it.
Yeah. So we've got some scheduling biz for the next couple of weeks that need to get worked out. I don't know if we're going to be able to like reschedule episodes, but we'll let everybody know. Follow all the Twitters. Mine and Roll20 apps particularly will be the best place to get information about the shows. We will definitely have some cool stuff to announce for Roll20 Con as we get closer to that. Once I pick the games I want to run and we get the whole schedule squared away. I know the team's hard at work on that. But you can also play role-playing games, which you should do by going to roll20.net and picking a game and getting some people together and playing games with them, just like we do. You can do it. I believe in you. We'll be back tomorrow for Dungeons & Dragons. Thanks for coming, everybody. We will see you next time. Bye, y'all.